There we go. Okay, did that work? Okay, Jimmy Jam, you should have got a message. Did Jimmy Jam get the message? That's the question. Jimmy Jam? Add. It worked. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm coming. The old man is coming. Oh.
Well, I don't need to know that.
Oh, yeah. Ay. Can you see me okay? Am I? Yeah, no kidding. Am I in camera right now? Am I in pilot? Hold it. Holy shit. Am I good?
Yeah. Maybe a little to your left or right. I'm not sure.
This way?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Is that okay? Are we okay? I got my camera turned around the other way so that it's not mirrored. Because I never used to have that problem, but now, for whatever stupid reason, now when I use my other camera, everything's mirrored, and I can't fix it.
Well, that's a sign of it.
So I got up nice and early this morning, and I watched Aliens 3 just for the review today. No, I'm just kidding. I watched the right movie.
I'm burning it all down.
I watched the right movie this week. I hope.
Woohoo!
Actually, I watched it twice. I watched the theatrical version, and then this morning I watched the director's cut. But anyways, take it away.
Okay, well, yeah, this is one of my goddamn favorite movies of all time, first off, and I'm so happy we are talking about it. But I have a couple things that I want to talk to you about, Carl, before we even get into this damn movie.
Okay.
And first on the new review, the new reboot of Naked Gun. What about that?
Well,
with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until I saw something you had said about it. I'm not a big fan of reboots of much of anything, in all honesty. The only reboot that comes to my head that I actually enjoyed was True Grit.
Yeah, all right.
But other than that, I don't know if I can really think of one that, really jumps out at me. So I don't know. I think it's stupid myself.
I think it's fucking stupid.
Me too.
Leslie Nielsen was the king, king of fucking comedy, of that kind of comedy, the spoof comedy. Like he had it nailed. And why Liam Neeson to take over as his son? Like what? No.
Yeah, I agree. It's like they're running out of things to do in Hollywood, I guess.
Apparently. And the second thing is that you're a Punisher fan.
Big time.
I'm going to say this right. I'm going to say this right now. You got to watch Daredevil Born Again.
I want to.
It's
badly.
Honestly, the season finale it's so good. And it's all Frank. Like there's so much Frank.
Oh, yeah. I want to. I love Daredevil. And I love The Punisher. And I really do want to watch that. I just don't have Disney anymore at the moment. But, eventually maybe it'll happen. Could happen.
Right?
Maybe.
It's absolutely worthwhile. That's one I would actually give a pass. A lot of these Disney movies, there's 9 episodes for the first season.
You read my mind. 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's worth $20 or whatever Disney costs. So.
Right.
Just buy it.
And I hate to say the best episodes are 8 and 9. It's kind of slow burning. There's a couple of good. There's a great scene with Frank, like episode 4, but 8 and 9, he really comes back, and you're like, holy shit, he's gonna be a big part of Marvel going forward.
Oh yeah,
which is weird because he is so violent in this, like so violent.
Oh well, he was in his series too.
Yeah,
but that's what makes the Punisher fucking kick ass,
right? Because and like there's one scene where you just hear Daredevil being like, "Frank, stop!" and he just keeps shooting people in the head, and you get to watch like all the blood just spurting as he's just shooting this guy in the head. It's like way more violent than I ever expected a Disney show to be. Ever.
Yeah. Well, it has to be when it comes to Punisher.
Right? And apparently in the next 2 years, there's going to be a Punisher special that's like an hour and a half straight to streaming special that's just Punisher's story.
With John starring as Punisher?
Oh, and yeah. And he wrote, and apparently he's a big part of the writing process of it.
Oh, yeah. It's a natural character for him.
Oh, that's what he said. He's like, he is part of my blood at this point. Like, I only think as like Frank would think, and it's kind of scary for me in real life.
One of the biggest underrated actors there is out there, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Bertho? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Even on The Walking Dead as Shane.
Oh, yeah.
Those 2 seasons, he was fucking... You wanted to watch him, even though you hated him, and you wanted him to fucking fail. You wanted to see what he was going to do next.
Yeah, and that just goes to show how good of an actor he was, too, though, or is. Because, he made us all hate him,
Yeah.
And you don't do that if you're a shitty actor. Then we just hate him because he's a shitty actor.
Yeah, exactly. But if you hate him and you still want to see what he's going to do next, that's what I do like Negan, too, in The Walking Dead.
I fucking love Negan. Negan is my favorite character in the show.
Right?
No, big time. Yeah, huge Negan.
He's one of those characters that exact like type though. You hate him. You fucking hate him, and he sets himself up to hate him. Like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways, I guess we should get on to wanted to bring up those couple of things because
why not?
What the fuck, Hollywood? Get your shit together.
Yeah.
One of you is doing good. Disney's doing good. Which I didn't want to say because they're awful corporation. But also, why Naked Gun? Leave it alone. Leave that series alone. It was good enough.
That's not Disney though.
No. I'm just saying the rest of Hollywood. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's some things should be left untouched, especially something that's that much of a classic. Although I guess you could say that about True Grit too. I mean, John Wayne's.
I guess a lot of people felt the same way.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good reboot, but.
There hasn't been many that I have enjoyed at all. Like there was the Total Recall with Colin Farrell. That was a fucking awful movie.
Did I watch that one? Oh, I think I did watch that one. Yeah, I don't think I wasn't a big fan of that one either. No.
No, and then there was the RoboCop reboot that they tried to do. That was awful.
I know
because they did it all. They tried to be like PG-13 with it, and RoboCop is not a PG-13 franchise. It's not. But they tried to steer it that way.
When did that come out?
Like 2013, 2012, somewhere around there.
Quite a while back. I don't know if I saw that or not. I know I watched like the original RoboCop and RoboCop 2 I watched. I think I watched both of those. Both of those I watched.
Those are like some of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah. I remember RoboCop. Nobody was expecting that movie to be anything, and it was like huge. Yeah, for its time.
And they had a robot shooting a guy in a dick. Yeah, like for the purpose of just shooting him in the dick. Like that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of
He was like,
RoboCop.
yes.
Well, I just downloaded RoboCop was free on PS5.
Oh, Rogue City?
I can't remember which
I
one it
think that's
was.
what
Anyways,
it's called, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Anyway, so I downloaded it. And maybe I didn't give it enough of a chance because I'm bad for that. But I played it for about 15, 20 minutes. And it had some real cool aspects to it. But maybe it's because I play so much Call of Duty. But the action...
It was slow.
Fuck, was it slow. Like,
right?
Super slow, dude. Like...
That's what I've heard. That it's like if you're from like a fast shooter, no, you don't want to play it.
No, it was so slow. I was like, what did I do wrong? But maybe I should go back in there and set it to like expert, maybe.
Oh yeah, and you could also maybe set your FPS a little bit because it might be set to 90 on your not FPS. Yeah.
It was slow. It was so slow. So slow.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, I was so disappointed.
Right? Because your RoboCop just running through, busting shit up.
And you know the storyline movie, all the shit they put together, you know, leading into the game or whatever.
Yeah,
they did all of that really well. Like,
oh really? It's excellent. Like the setup of it. Yeah.
Oh fuck, great! I thought they did all that excellent. And I'm watching through it all, and I'm getting excited. And then I finally get to be RoboCop, and I'm like, fucking, duh, and I'm like,
right?
like, I mean, it's probably Call of Duty's fault, but
oh, absolutely.
Because if you move that slow in Call of Duty, you're fucking dead.
You're dead in a second.
Dead.
Definitely with the NBK and our new rules now. I saw that drop. And is it still going to be the NBK? I don't know.
Maybe it's the beginning of the end.
Right? It might just be a splinter off now, and everybody's going to be their own.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
I'll be right back because I forgot my tobacco.
Uh-oh.
But yes, I guess we should get into the actual review. It's always a good thing to just fucking bullshit with you for a minute.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I just got home. I'm just starting to just relaxing. I got to pull up the message board here, though. I can't see the message board. I got my fucking phone turned the other way because of the stupid mirror thing. Oh,
yeah, because now I can actually read it properly off your screen.
Yeah, well, that's why I turned my camera around. Anyways, what the fuck's going on here? Oh, there we go.
Anybody on there?
Oh, hey, the thing I was testing screwed up at the beginning, so then I had to reboot it, and it might be showing up as unlisted right now. I'm not sure actually.
Oh,
I'm just trying to get to my channel here to switch account. There we go. It's exciting.
That's all good.
This is exciting. Okay, view channel.
That's the best part about live. Anything can happen.
Yeah, no, we're recording live, but it's not live. I don't see it here. It must be working though, because we're bullshitting with each other.
Yeah. It's clearly recording us, but I guess it's not broadcasting as live.
That's right. Yeah, it's unlisted. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Oh, we can release it after, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it right now.
No,
I don't think so. Don't think so. Shit, that pisses me off. It's because, anyways, I'll tell you about all that stuff later.
The behind-the-scenes technical aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sign on for my Patreon to hear more. I don't have a Patreon. Please don't. Don't search for JimmyJamz on Patreon. It's not going to be. It's not going to be me. But OnlyFans.
I thought it was OnlyFans. Yeah. Like Saturn.
We're far enough into a video, we can say that.
Like Saturn and his feet.
Right. I actually got my first video blocked.
Oh,
but
for what?
my short from YouTube. I love you, YouTube gods. I'm not saying anything bad about you, but they blocked one of my shorts when I lit the anthill on fire.
Really?
Because I lit it and they're like, oh, it's cruelty against animals.
Oh,
And I was like, what? And so next time, and it's still there, I'm just gonna do a video on your property. Out is pretty much it. Because when I did it, I was like, burn, motherfuckers. So I think that had something to do with it.
Did you get a strike or anything?
No, it was just a warning.
Oh yeah.
It just came up as like, that's a warning. I'm like, okay.
Weird.
I was just lighting an anthill on fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I'm officially on their bad books. So, I
made a video a long time ago where I put live ants into some chocolate.
Yeah.
And then I ate them. and they didn't ban that video.
Right?
But that was 10 years ago too, I think.
That was a whole different YouTube.
That was when I went and lived in the bush for 7 days.
Oh yeah, that was an epic tale.
I'd love to do that. It was a lot of fun. Glad I did it.
Right?
Lost 18 pounds.
Right? Bag of rice.
Bad a bag of rice and a bag of beans.
Yeah, there you go.
And my little fish and my little fishing kit was sitting at home on the chair. Fuck's sakes. Dude. Anyways.
Classic. All right. So I guess before all ado, let's get to it's gonna be backwards, but it's aliens. The real one. Yeah, see, that's what I would have had hanging up in my background, but Carl has my my copy of it.
Uh-huh. And I want to watch Aliens 3. I want to watch all of them if you don't mind.
Yeah. So you can watch all the 4 that are on there because they're great. And then there's Prometheus and Alien Covenant and Alien Romulus.
I'm sure I've seen them, but
they
just don't stick.
No. But okay, so let's get into this movie. This is Aliens, the best sequel to any movie ever. A lot of people will say Terminator 2, and I'll say, fuck you. No. Aliens. It came out before, and it actually created like the most badass female lead action hero ever. Heroine. Like Ripley from Aliens just became a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knew exactly what was going on the whole movie. There was no moment in Aliens that she's like, oh, no, maybe you're right. No, she was questioning everybody at every fucking moment.
Mm-hmm. I thought about that. I was wondering if you were going to bring that up too. As far as action leading ladies go, she must have been, as far as my brain works, been one of the pioneers, really.
It was before her. It was her, like in Alien, but she wasn't really like a badass in that. She
was though, but yeah.
She was in the end. Like in the very end, she knew how to like kick the thing out of the airlock and blasted it to hell. And she was the survivor. But it was more. It wasn't like her being like a badass the whole time. It was just kind of her like being smart and surviving in the first movie. But in this one, she really like took it up. And before, in between that, there was Linda Hamilton in Terminator, and as Sarah Connor.
Oh yeah,
and she was another badass. But same thing. She starts off as like another, like a regular person that gets brought into this fucked up reality that she's fighting this fucking Terminator, this robot that's come back to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And then like throughout the whole movie, she kind of gets more badass, and then she ends up killing the thing. It's very similar to Aliens.
They must have came. Shit, I can't remember what year Terminator came out. Was it like 82?
It was a couple. Yeah, it was like 2-3 years after Alien.
After Alien? Okay, yeah. Alien was 77 or something.
77 or 79, like right around there.
And then Terminator was, well, maybe I'm gonna look it up.
I think 80 or 82. Yeah, might as well use the magic bombs.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah, while you're talking.
Right.
84.
84.
Yeah.
So and then Aliens comes out in 86.
This one in 86. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also the same writer too, because James Cameron wrote Terminator.
Oh, that's Terminator. Hold it. Oh no, that's the right Terminator.
Yeah, the very first one.
Yeah.
T2 came out in like 99 or something like that.
99, I think. Yeah. 84. Yeah. 84. Yeah.
Yeah. So James Cameron wrote this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save that. Let's get to the basic review, and then I'm going to save some of this because I have a lot of nerd stuff to throw out here. So first off, the good is what I want to go over. The basic, the characters. So I want to talk. First, I want to ask your opinion. Who are your favorite characters out of this movie?
There's none that I didn't like. I thought.
Right.
What the heck?
But who stood out to you?
Almost all of them.
Right.
Hudson was a fun character.
Right.
But I mean, it's hard to beat Ripley. The kid actor was phenomenal.
She was great too.
I was surprised that she didn't really do anything after that.
No, she actually just kind of like stopped acting.
Yep.
And then people actually kept bugging her, like to this day, going, they mostly come out at night, mostly. Like she still gets bugged about that line.
Apparently, she still goes to quite a few
sci-fi cons and stuff like that.
Yeah. But she only did like hardly any movies.
No, yeah, it was pretty much just this one.
After I looked that up this morning because I was curious because she stood out as me as for a kid actor. I thought she was pretty strong. I thought she was like a good child actor.
Oh, absolutely, and that's going to come up in my talk about the difference between the director's cut and the regular one, because there's a whole scene about her as a kid, like when you get to see all that and her. There's a lot more evolution with her in the director's cut.
Yeah, I enjoyed that actually.
Also, what do you think about Hicks?
Hicks was he was a great character. Yeah.
Right, like he was also another badass. And I'm gonna throw this out there too. Just another connection. James Cameron wrote that. Wrote Terminator. And then got into Aliens, and in Terminator, it was Michael Biehn who played Kyle Reese, who came back in time, and then this movie came in, and then something happened in the beginning of the shooting of Aliens that I'll get to at the end, and then Michael Biehn ended up coming into the role of Hicks because James Cameron was like, "Oh, I know a great leading guy."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he was not supposed to be the original.
No.
And there's 2 shots in the movie where he's not actually portraying Hicks. They're just a couple back shots, but there's a couple shots that they still used of the original actor that was supposed to be Hicks.
Oh, yeah.
Vasquez. What do you think about Vasquez? The badass chick?
Oh, that was probably the most Hollywood part of the movie for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was a good character, though,
She was a fun.
It just, there's some.
She was a funny character.
Yeah. It didn't harm the movie, but it didn't.
But it was a little. But again, this was back in '86. This wasn't like that forced female empowerment or anything like they're doing right now.
Girls and guns.
This was just They gave her one of the biggest guns in the goddamn movie. Those smart guns, her and Drake.
She was a good character, though.
Yeah.
They were all good characters, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
There wasn't a single character that I can think of on that
even the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's only one like bad human in the whole thing, really, and that's Burke.
Burke, yeah.
And like, even he's a good character. Like, you don't expect what happens, like, for him to be that fucking evil until it comes out. And he was also the guy from, what was it, Three's Company, or so he was an actor in like a regular sitcom where he was like a funny guy and like a really like lighthearted character all the time.
Yeah, as soon as I seen him, I recognized him, and it's been bugging me ever since, actually.
Yeah, and I don't think it's Three's Company. It's but it's around that time.
Wasn't Three's Company?
No.
Burke? Yeah, Burke, right?
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
Yeah, because he was not known to play dark roles or like evil roles. So when he took on that role, everyone's like, "Oh, he's actually trying to be a good guy." But no, he was not.
Paul Reiser.
Yes. God damn it.
My Two Dads, Mad About You, Beverly Hills Cop, Whiplash.
Might have been Mad About You. Like,
Stranger Things.
There was an era where he just had like really campy roles. But I think he was in a sitcom on TV. But I can't put my goddamn finger on what it was.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He's in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Been in a lot of things. Anyways.
Yeah. He was one of those actors that nobody expected him to be what he was in this movie. So that was a cool kind of twist. And I do love that they're about to fucking murder him. Before, like, we'll get to that when we talk, but like, they are literally gonna shoot him right there. No questions asked.
Let's off this. Let's off this,
right?
Bitch.
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, motherfucker.
So good.
So yeah, I guess we'll talk about the starting of the movie because I love the beginning of this movie actually. Because it starts off with this random fucking salvage crew finding her pod. And they have this great scene of them cutting into the pod, and you'll actually, if you look close enough, you'll actually see that the like part of the harpoon that she shot the alien through is still stuck there. Like if you actually like look close enough, they did enough that like part of the thing that she shot, like the rope or something, is still connected. Yeah, right in the door when they cut it open.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Just a little trivia, but also, I love how they walk in and they, and then they swipe over her pod, and they go, "Oh fuck, she's alive." Well, there goes our salvage, boys. Like, and also to answer your question, Jonesy's right there, with her in the pod,
laying in there,
right?
The star from Alien,
right? Like she comes back. And I do love the fake out, the next scene with her in the like how they show a shot of Earth, because actually you'll realize this, but Ripley never gets back to Earth. But this is as close as she ever gets because she's on a space station right next to Earth. But she never actually goes back to Earth.
The fourth gate or something they called it, or something.
Yeah. But she's up on that thing, and then they have the fake out that she's the one that gets fucking infected, and it blows out of her chest.
Yeah.
In that beginning scene, Jonesy starts hissing at her. I just thought that was a great like fake out.
Yeah, it was. Totally, yeah.
Because this is the first. I watched this one before I watched the first one. Actually, I watched Aliens originally, so I saw that and I was like, "Oh, what's happening?" And then it just cut away, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy!" And my dad's like, "Oh, we'll watch the first one, but you're gonna love this movie." And like as a standalone movie, it's still great, even if you don't know what happened in the first one. Really, it's still a great movie.
I'm glad I watched the first one, but yeah, you could easily just transition into Aliens too.
Yeah,
or Aliens. I mean, whatever.
Yes, the proper movie.
The proper one, yeah.
What do you think about the special effects? Still talking about the good, I guess. We'll go over too.
You know, they were great. They were great, I thought, in this movie. Better than the first one, totally. But
absolutely.
They were strong, you know, everything looked, you know, even the aliens looked pretty good.
Realistic. And like the world that they created, you kind of really believe. Like everything worn down, and like it's nothing like this CGI glassy thing. Like everything seems like it's been used a lot.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I never really caught that, but yeah, I totally though. Now that you say that, for sure.
Yeah. Like it's a world that you can believe because it's not. I don't know. Yeah, glassy. It's like the Star Wars prequels are something I try to stay away from, but they turned everything glassy that wasn't, you know, like everything looked really pristine and clean, even though it was in this middle of this giant warfare and shit. It's like that. No, and like the original Star Wars was great because it felt like a real world, you know, like it wasn't weird. It was just, I don't know. It felt easily lived in. Yeah. And yeah, I love the special effects. Like there's only one moment in the whole movie that takes me out of it. Takes me out of it. And I don't know if you agree with this one, but it's when they're landing and they go to the outside of the ship and it pulls out the rocket launchers when it goes to like a shot of the ship, the drop ship coming down, and it's a matte shot of like the background and it coming in, and it's just not great. It didn't match the quality of everything else.
Yeah, I never caught it. I'd have to watch for it.
Yeah, it's just when they like pull out the rockets, like right when they're like trying to drop down.
Yeah, it doesn't stand out to me. The only thing that stands out to me in the special effects area was when the synthetic human gets ripped in half, and they show his synthetic guts
the milky organs.
Yeah. That part confused me a little bit, but other than
they have a very weird. I like their synthetic system because it doesn't look like anything we right now would make an android out of. That's because true, it's all like this weird, like milky and like wiry tubey like inside that like doesn't make sense when you think of like an android. Like nowadays.
No, that's true.
So like that's even from the first one, like when they busted his head open, it was just this weird milk that came out of him. It's like, what? Why that? And like why are they like condoms full of like milk? Is really like what they use the insides for. It's like in the first one, that's pretty much how they made it. Also, funny. This is just a funny fact because we're talking about it kind of right now in the special effects. How they made the alien slime was KY jelly.
Oh yeah.
And they were filming in the UK for this, I believe. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they were filming like in the UK, and their quality of KY jelly wasn't good enough, so they had to get like 2 tons of KY jelly shipped from the US to the UK. And then like even James Cameron was like, I don't know what people thought of us, what kind of movie we were making, but like we had to get like literally 2 tons of KY jelly shipped from the US just to make this movie.
That's funny,
right?
That's a great story. Great story.
Fuck, where were we?
Special effects.
Okay, yeah, special effects. Some of my favorites out of it. God, like so many little things that you don't even realize our special effects are. Like when there's that one scene when they first land on in the planet and they go into the colony and it's all busted up and it's all busted up and like acid's going through, and Hudson walks up to that one big hole and he spits down it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, holy shit, how they actually made that work to make it look, they didn't have like 4 layers of a set to do that. No, it was a miniature and a drop of water that just got sliced in perfectly.
I'll say it.
Like you would never guess that that's what they do in that scene. It's like it's so smooth.
Totally.
And another thing about the special effects, in the first like 100 days of the production and everything, the like Warner Brothers or Fox, whoever was owning it at that time, were like, well, why are we spending all this money on special effects? And they had to be like, no, this is a special effect. This is because it all was these small things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they still had to build a miniature and drop it to make it look smooth and make it look lived in. Like that's a crazy amount of detail that they went to for just like a tiny scene.
Tiny scene, yeah. I would never have guessed that was fake.
Yeah, right? Because it just looks like he spits down a giant hole.
Mm-hmm.
But it's literally just...
When I watched that scene this morning, I thought to myself, it's kind of an unusual scene to put in a movie, I thought. But it didn't. But that's pretty wild. I like that. I had no idea.
Well, they really worked on the camaraderie of these actors as soldiers. Like these are kind of like the almost the renegades of the military. These guys are the guys that get sent out on these fucking long journeys that, as they call bug hunts, which is like, oh, you get to shoot like small animals on planets and stuff, and just exterminate the life that's there, so we can create these things like these processors that they're doing. They don't explain any of this. This is what I'm bringing out is stuff that they explain in comic books and stuff that generated after the movie.
Oh yeah.
But apparently they, like these guys were just kind of like the renegades. Like they were like the shit group, and that's why Burke ended up. That's why, like in the beginning of the movie, Burke gets the Lieutenant Gorman, who is this brand new lieutenant who's just trying to make his own name, and you don't know that until he interacts with the rest of the troops, and they're like, "Oh, who is this fucking guy?"
When they're dropping,
how many combat drops? 2, including this one.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
38 simulated, I think, is what he says. And then they're like, how many active?
How many combat drops?
Yeah. How many active combat? Yeah. 2, including this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Special effects.
Yeah. There's so many that just fucking blow through that are just so good. Like I could keep going on these little things, but honestly, it holds up so well. Like it looks better than a lot of movies nowadays. Honestly,
it's
to
great.
me, like,
it's great.
Yeah. Like they don't go out of their way to make the things be like. I mean, sure, the Queen alien can look a little janky a little bit, but that was also one of the biggest puppets that was ever made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like animatronic puppets. It's like one of the biggest ones that has ever been made.
Oh yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Even when the aliens are crawling through the vents and stuff, they look great.
Yeah.
They look great.
Yeah.
I thought.
No, me too. Me too. They were fucking, I don't know, really detailed, and they didn't linger on anything too long. It was like kind of a snapshot when you would see it.
True, but they made it look realistic, and for sure.
Yeah.
Believable.
But okay. Yeah. So let's go through my favorite of that. Okay, and let's go to the story points. What are your favorite character interactions and like a little bit of story points?
Oh gosh.
So some of the things that I really love right off the beginning, definitely with the director's cut, is Ripley having a kid. That they completely cut out of the theatrical. But I think that gives a whole lot more meaning to her relationship with Newt.
Big time. I thought that exact same thing.
That was one of those scenes I'm like, you should have left that in the theatrical cut because it makes so much more sense.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, because and like that whole scene, and then that's why she's so pissed off when they're like, when she goes into that meeting and they're like, oh, well, you blew up this thing and we've never seen these aliens. She's like, I just learned that my fucking, like, she doesn't say it, but you can, after seeing that scene, you see why she's so angry. She's just like, I just learned my kid's dead. You're trying to blame me for blowing up this thing when I had to blow it out of the goddamn airlock.
Yeah, the director, you don't know that I don't think you know that her daughter died in the theatrical version either, do you?
No, it's never mentioned. Which is a weird story beat to kind of cut completely.
And her daughter was 11, and this Newt was 10 or 11, probably.
Yeah, right around the same age. And then
it makes that makes that
connection.
make a little bit more sense. Totally.
Yeah, like how she gets so maternal over Newt right away.
Yeah, totally. I thought that today watching the director's cut.
Yeah. Another thing I like that's just like how they do it. Like, they show how Ripley is suffering from PTSD from the whole thing. Like she's waking up sweating, and then fucking even Burke uses that against her, like to get her to go to this colony because she's so broken. Like it kind of shows like a lot of that. Like what's gonna happen to somebody after a situation like that? Like she's waking up in sweats, just thinking that she's just fucking creating an alien, or like it's gonna happen again. You know, like, and then it all happens again. Something like when you rewatch it a second time, how you see how Burke really, he picks Gorman, who you learn later, like we said, learn later that he's a brand new lieutenant, and he picks this group of renegade fucking soldiers that nobody really cares about.
Nobody like that's miss.
Yeah, and then like it's like this squad of people they just send on fucking shitty missions and nobody cares. But they don't really set that up in the movie, but they do, like through just once you get to know everything. Like even Hudson, he is the biggest fucking smart ass throughout the first half of the movie, and then as soon as shit goes down, he is the biggest crybaby. I'm instantly like, game over, man, game over.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we supposed to do now?
Yeah, he's good character.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all my favorite like good parts. Like the bad. What would you consider bad in this movie? Because I don't really have much.
I don't think I have any. I don't think I have anything actually.
Right, this is one of those few movies
like. The only bad thing was, that the theatrical version wasn't the director's cut.
Right? To me too. Like that's it adds so much more world building and life to the movie. Like that's The director's cut should have been the one that came out. Absolutely.
You watch the theatrical one, and you think, like, why in the fuck is she going back? But in the director's cut, her family's dead. She's got no grandkids. She's got,
she's living with this PTSD.
Yeah, it makes more sense for her to go back.
Yeah.
Like instead of saying "fuck you," I'm going back.
And they wave like, "Oh, you'll get your license back. You can fly again. You're not stuck at being a shitty fucking dock worker. You can go and be a pilot again."
Was that part in the theatrical part or no?
Not really.
Because
he mentions it like slightly when he calls her
about
in the middle of the night.
As I couldn't remember because in the theatrical version, I don't think they mentioned the fact that she's working as a forklift operator. Yeah. I don't, but I couldn't remember if they mentioned that other part about her
getting her license back.
Yeah,
because that was another thing that they're like they waved in front of her like, "Hey, you can be back. You can be back, baby. You can be doing exactly what you need to do. All you got to do is just come with us." Like, Burke is such a slimy corporate fuck. Once you watch it the second time, you just go, "Oh, you are so greasy." Like he is in bad concept. Like, he is the worst character in this movie, but in a good way. Like, you want to watch him, but he is probably the enemy. They're the antagonist of this whole movie.
Everybody cheers when the alien gets him.
Oh yeah, there was a few different takes. There was another one where they took him back, or the aliens didn't kill him right there, and they did the whole thing where they cocoon the cocoon. And they walked up on Burke, and he was all cocooned, and he was like, and Ripley said, just pulled out a grenade and shoved it in his fucking chest and said, "Fuck you," and just kept walking.
Oh yeah,
and he blew up behind her.
That was a cut scene or alternate.
Yeah, and an alternate scene, an alternate death for him. But everyone's like, "No, it's better that he just gets his fucking brains blown out." But by that one alien that stares at him. Yeah, but he was a good character though. And I love it. Immediately he's like, "Well, they're a race. You can't just kill a whole race of this whole alien thing. You can't just nuke them." It's like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah.
Everyone is immediately just like, "Fuck off."
We don't have the right to genocide their race.
Yeah, right. You have no right to genocide their race.
What the hell are they called again? Exo somethings?
The xenomorphs.
Xenomorphs.
X1. Yeah, it's like xenomorph, but it's also X1210 or something like that. There's a full classification. Because when you watch Prometheus, they actually talk about all the different kind of generations of xenomorphs and how they're created. But I don't like those movies. I don't like Prometheus, and I don't like Alien Covenant. I think they're two of the worst. And the worst parts about it is it's Ridley Scott who came back to direct them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he shut down another a great movie that was gonna cut out Alien 3 and be a proper sequel to Aliens. And you'll see what I mean, but I'm not going to spoil anything. But you have to watch Alien 3 to understand what I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is there?
It is a depressing movie.
There? Probably.
Oh yeah, no. Watch if there's a watch the assembly cut. It's called if it's in there.
Okay.
For Alien 3, you can watch both, but honestly, the assembly cut is better in all ways, just like this one is. It doesn't take away from anything. It just makes it a more full picture. It doesn't make the movie any better, but it doesn't make the story beats any happier.
I want to watch it. I'm going to watch it. Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
I know I've seen it, but I want to watch it.
Yeah. It's actually, have you ever seen the movie Fight Club?
Oh, yeah.
And Seven?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same director as those David Fincher. It was his very first movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he absolutely, he says he has written it off. He has never been part of anything to do with it after it. If you want to watch a making of a movie, that's one of the best behind the scenes documentaries of any movie is Alien 3. Because you get to see how much the studio fucks with movies.
Wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do.
Oh, and well, they were writing pages of scripts each day. Like they didn't have a finished script. They didn't know what they were doing. They were writing the script each day and handing it to him and being like, "So this is what you have to shoot." And he's like, "Well, that had nothing to do with what I just shot yesterday. What the fuck?" Yeah. But anyways, back to Aliens, the one I really love. Some of the story beats on it are just so good. Like, they drag her out there, and she finally goes back, and she's out there with these bunch of fucking military dudes that are just, they think they're the top shit. Like Hudson is the best. We are the ultimate badasses.
That's right. Yeah.
They just think, and actually this is something that I always love to bring out that James Cameron brought out about this. He wrote it as kind of an allegory for the Vietnam War, because and Hudson was the perfect example, and the fact that they cut out his one scene when they're flying down, being like, "We are the ultimate badasses. We have napalm launchers. We have whatever guided missiles. We have sticks. We have rocks. We will kick the shit out of whatever comes up."
Sharp sticks, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that director's cut only? That part?
That's another one that it doesn't make sense why it's director's cut only when he says like, "We are the ultimate badasses."
Mm-hmm. I didn't.
And he just goes through that whole speech with Ripley. Yeah. But that is like James Cameron. That was his allegory for like the Americans going into Vietnam. Because Hudson's a perfect example. All badass, they thought that they had all the technology and they would fucking win, but they get their asses kicked by something that they just don't understand. Like, then these creatures are hiding in walls, like they're coming on the goddamn walls. And this movie created like so many like almost staples of sci-fi movies. Like, I'm going to skip ahead a bit in the movie itself, but when they go down and they all have the cameras on their fucking their headsets, and then they shoot the scene where the guy's watching, and he's watching all the screens, and they're all getting taken out, and it's like a frantic scene. That was all done because of budget constraints. Like they didn't have the money to film all of that actually happening. So what they did is they filmed it as if it was being filmed from simple screens, like images, all for people, so they could just have to do snapshots.
Shitty connection.
With with blurry filters, like fucking Hicks firing off his shotgun. What the hell, man? Yeah, like all those scenes, like that was only done because of budget constrictions.
Oh yeah, well they did it fucking great,
right? Because watching them all and being like, what's happening? From then on, that has been a staple in so many action movies. Even Predator 2, that's one. Not a lot of people talk, but they do the exact same kind of scene. Well, they're all watching, and they got the guys in the suits, and a lot of like low budget movies actually use that technique a lot in the last like 30 years that I've seen. I've seen so many movies that use that exact setup of the guy in the chair watching while everybody else is getting murdered, and they just use like snapshots of what's happening. But they did it perfectly in that.
They did. Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, what's another great? There's so many great scenes.
It's great scene from start to finish. That's a great movie.
Yeah. What are some things that stand out to you? I like to hear other people's.
I don't know. I'm not the greatest at coming up with stuff like that, but it's for this movie though. Like I said, it's got to be one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right?
There's like this from start to finish. That movie's
It's
excellent.
enjoyable. So like there's
yeah,
it catches you in.
Alien was okay. It was a good movie, but Aliens is a fucking great movie.
Great, right? Like it's the best sequel that I have ever like. Alien was a good movie, but Aliens was great, and James Cameron just nailed it with this.
Mm-hmm,
like the fact that he was able to take it and in a whole different direction. Like, and I guess one of the reason
every scene is great. But
yeah, the one scene where they do the whole Newt, where Newt and her family go and find the alien ship or whatever.
Yeah,
they cut that, and James Cameron cut it because he felt, well, I didn't want to redo the Ridley Scott thing where they go and they find it, and oh my god, it's on somebody's face. So he was like, oh, I'll cut that, but he didn't like having to cut it because it still gave more heart to who Newt was, and that she was there from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like her parents were the ones that found the alien ship.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's another thing. Like that's how she lived so long. She was there from the very beginning.
Yeah,
and they don't show that
playing in the air ducts because she gets some shit. Right? She gets some shit in the car with her family because they're like, you guys aren't supposed to be playing in those air ducts.
In there.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes a little bit more sense how she survived. Back there, she had to.
Yeah. And there's one scene, a couple scenes I want to bring up, but one scene. Do you know when Bishop is the alien, the android in this one, who's awesome? I love Bishop. Yeah. And he looks up at the camera, and it just for some reason like focuses on his eyes, and well, not like his face and his eyes, like kind of like directly. And one of the guys is like, "Hey, Bishop, what are you looking at? Your pet?" And he looks up. He's like, "Really awesome specimen, isn't it?" And his eyes are really big.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what scene you're talking about now. Yeah.
But that's why they focused on his eyes. There was actually a special effect that they did there where he had 4 pupils. Like it was like he was he had his own version of magnifying, even within looking through a magnifying glass.
Can you see that? So,
no. They apparently it was too creepy.
Oh yeah.
Like they shot it like once or twice, and they went, "No, it's too creepy." Like he looked like demonic, and they're like, "No, we didn't want that. We didn't want that." So they took it out. But that's why they kind of linger on that shot, where he just kind of looks up. And he's like, "Eh." And the reason why they linger like kind of on his eyes is because originally there's supposed to be a special effect over it.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Just stupid things I've learned about this movie. Okay, and another thing, Hicks. He was supposed to be played by James Remar, who plays Dexter's dad in the Dexter series. And he was supposed to be like an up and coming actor, but he had too bad of a like. At first, they said like, oh, he had family issues and he had to drop out of the movie. But he's even come out to say like, no, I had too bad of a drug habit in the 80s. and like, so he must have been like shooting heroin and showing up on the set or something. Like to have too bad of a drug habit in the 80s to do a movie. It's got to be pretty bad. But yeah, that's like he dropped out. So and something that why you feel like such a good camaraderie between all the soldiers, like why they feel kind of natural, is they actually all went through boot camp together.
Oh yeah,
James Cameron actually sent all the actors to boot camp.
Mm-hmm. That's
and like straight up with the military for 2 weeks just to get them all kind of like getting to know each other and fucking how to bust chops.
Mm-hmm. And BK.
But that's why Hicks kind of feels like he doesn't seem like he fits in at all, because he got recast. So he missed all of the boot camp, and so Michael Biehn, he missed all of the boot camp, and he just kind of got dropped in there. So he didn't really get like any, like he didn't really fit in with the rest of them. And you kind of get a feel of that too in the movie.
You do, totally, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's just a corporal. What the fuck?
I didn't know
One
anything.
Of my favorite lines, though.
I didn't know any of that you just told me, but that totally comes through in the movie.
Yeah. One of my favorite lines is still when just before they finish, like right before they finish dropping, and Apalm, the fucking the general, looks at him and he goes, "Somebody wake up Hicks." Because he just passed out, like, as they're on the drop ship, like, and that would be me, dude. I go on long trips, instantly, I'm asleep. Everyone else is like freaking out, and like, oh god.
I'm pretty good at going. I'm pretty good at going to sleep myself.
Right? Yeah, no, that line, "Somebody wake up Hicks," has stood out with me for most of my life. So many lines in this movie.
That scene kind of confused me a little bit too, though. Like, I was like, "Why the fuck is he sleeping? Like, what did I miss? What did I miss? What part of what am I? Why is he able to? Or why is he sleeping?"
He's a very combat. He's done it a million times. It's kind of like he's only made it to corporal, but he's been in like a ton of drops. Like he's just a very battle hardened soldier, but it's just like whatever.
It's like having a baby. You sleep when the baby sleeps, so he knows when.
Exactly. Right? He's like, okay, just before I have to shoot some shit, I'm gonna get a little bit of a nap.
I'm getting as much rest as I can. Yeah, totally.
Right?
They don't let you know that in the movie very well, though. That makes sense.
No.
But anyways.
And then I love too when he's like, he pulls out his shotgun. Always good for close encounters. Like that's one of the best lines, just for like with an alien, like just that it's an alien movie. It's like, Close Encounters of the Third Kind was a huge alien movie, and that term, close encounters, has been known as like an alien term. Like that you're like, oh yeah, I had a close encounter, and you're usually talking about like an abduction, an alien, whatever.
True enough, yeah.
So the fact that he used that at that time was kind of cool. And that was another thing, like Hudson, when everything goes to shit, and he goes, "Game over, man, game over." That was a huge thing to the gaming culture, because gamers at that, because it was like Pac-Man and fucking
86 wasn't very video gamey yet.
No, it was still arcades and like the beginning of arcades. So the gamers thought that was like a huge up for them. They're like, yeah, that's something that happens. Game over. And it was just him. That was just James Cameron being kind of intertwined a little bit in the culture, like the nerd culture that he was before he got super rich, and and made Avatar.
No, did he?
Yeah. So I like his early stuff.
That's pretty cool.
What else are some of my favorite just tricks about this movie? Well, again, Bill Paxton is the only actor to get killed by the alien, the Terminator, and the Predator.
Which guy is that?
Hudson, Bill Paxton.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. Because he's in the first Terminator movie, and Arnold Schwarzenegger walks up all naked on this group of punks, and they're all like, "Oh, nice night for a walk, eh?" He goes, "Nice night for a walk. Give me your clothes." And they go, "Huh, who is this guy?" And he just like punches a hole through a guy's chest. That's Bill Paxton.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. He has blue. He's got like spiky hair and shit. Like super early role. And then he gets killed by the aliens in this one. And then he did Predator 2, where he gets murdered by a predator on the bus, on the train.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember that one. But
I made you watch Predator 2 last year, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I don't think we never did a review for it. But I think I made you watch it.
and I don't remember it now either. That's how
Right?
bad I am. That's how bad I am.
Oh, that's all good.
I got to watch a movie 80 times, like the Blues Brothers or whatever.
Right. Well, that's why you had to watch this one like just this morning. Just to
it totally helps. Yeah. And
right. And the director's cut is such a different. Like, even though it's the same movie, just those little bit of like beats. And another one that I love in the director's cut is when they show their drone fucking machine guns or whatever. Because they set up those sentries. They set up their own sentries outside, and like that whole scene is just cut from the theatrical.
Yeah. They get down to 10 bullets left.
Yeah, and they're like, holy shit!
They're retreating.
They're retreating, and like, well, we're out of bullets. They don't know that though. And that's such a good. That's why they buried up above too. Like, it gives them a reason why they didn't keep fighting at the doors. They're like because that's why they ended up in the vents, is because they had the sentries set up. So the aliens got murdered. A bunch of them got murdered. And they went, wait, that's not working. Let's figure it out. And then they cut the power. How did they cut the power? They're aliens, man. Like, the fucking animals, man.
I was wondering about that part actually today too. That scene, like, did they cut the power or was that like a fluke?
I think they never explain it. That's one that they never really explained. But I think they just one of them nicked something.
Yeah,
because they're always the type to just like cut stuff and like. So I think on the way, one of them might have just cut the power to the room because they were up in the vents, right?
Yeah,
and they didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they might have just been traveling and just with their talons and just ripped it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of my best bet because I've never understood that.
That works for me.
And actually, I'm going to tell a funny story about how I did not understand a scene in this movie for the life of me. For years of my life, I thought it was a movie mistake, but it was just me that did not notice what happened. It's the scene when after they all get fucked up and Ripley drives in and they're all running they all get back into that the tank little fucking vehicle they have.
Car thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, when Ripley just drives it in and like crashes into it because she's like, Gorman, go fuck yourself. And he gets fucking knocked out. You had your chance, Gorman. And yeah, she drives right in and they're all coming in. And I didn't notice this. But when the door's closing in on them, like after Drake gets the acid sprayed on his face, and Vasquez is like, no, and they pull her in, and then they almost close the door, and then the alien pries it open right at the last second there.
Yep.
And I never understood why Hudson always got a bandage on his arm after that scene because they opened the door, and from what I always thought is Hicks opened the door and then grabbed the shotgun and shot it, and then somehow Hudson got hurt. But that's not what happens in that scene. How the scene actually rolls out is Hudson goes, get the door! Hicks goes, get the door! And the Hudson runs in and grabs the door and pulls it open, and then Hicks goes up and gets the shotgun and goes, eat this! And shoots him in the face. It shoots the alien in the face, and the acid gets on Hudson's arm because he's holding the door.
Oh yeah.
I just as like a movie watcher as a kid, I always got because they look so similar. The actors, they look like, and definitely in that scene because they're all fucking armored out. They all have their armor on and stuff. I thought it was the same actor that was just opening the thing. Like Hicks was just going, yeah, and then he just went and pulled, and Hudson was nowhere in the scene. But if you when I rewatched the scene like a year or two ago, when I watched the movie again, you could literally hear Hicks go, get the door! And then fucking Hudson grabs the door and Hicks grabs the shotgun and shoots it. But yeah, just a funny thing that I always was confused about.
Well, that scene is a little confusing.
Because it does cut back a lot, and like there's a lot of quick cuts in there.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. What else? The Queen alien. That whole scene is fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Ripley comes up on the Queen, and she's got her weapons, and the Queen looks at her and all the other aliens are all around. You know, like all the drones are watching her, but then she just starts fucking flaming up on all the fucking eggs that are all around her, and it makes the Queen go and stops all the other drones from attacking because they're like, oh, she could fucking kill all of us, and she does. But and it's actually, I really like that scene because she like gets Newt and they leave, and then the Queen kind of hisses at Ripley as she's leaving, and Ripley's like, oh no, go fuck yourself, and turns around and just lights the whole fucking thing up. Like she could have just walked away, but the Queen just kind of like gives her like a little hiss, like, and then the aliens start kind of coming up into her. Like she's like, oh, you're leaving, you got what you got. But like, we're gonna attack. She goes, oh, fuck you are. And just lights up the whole fucking field and just starts blowing up all the eggs. So the Queen's just pissed. Like, it's just like such a good, the like badass female against a badass female.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
It's like, you took my child, I'm gonna destroy all of yours.
I was wondering in that scene when the Queen communicates with her clones or soldiers or whatever drones, if they had like a telepathy thing going on there.
That's kind of the only thing that they've specified, is that yes, they do have kind of another sense that they how they talk to each other.
Okay, because that's sort of what I got from that scene. Was
because she just goes like, and they back off.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but
because at first you think it's like, oh, it's a hive mind, you know, like the Queen is running them all, but no, they're all their own separate entities, but she runs them. You know what I mean?
You don't fuck with her.
So if she didn't tell them to attack, they would have attacked right there, like to not attack. They would have just went for it right away. But she sensed the danger that Ripley had presented. Because she had her fucking her flamethrower and her fucking pulse rifle. That's also a badass scene when she's just taping them together. Like, oh fuck, throwing like grenades and flares.
That's a great
floating
scene.
Up.
It's a great scene. She's like taping grenades onto the gun so she can follow on. It's great scene.
Yeah, like she's just such a badass in that whole thing, man. Because even at the beginning, like when all the soldiers are like, oh, it's just a bug hunt, whatever. She's like, oh yeah, one of these things destroyed my entire fucking crew. You think you're gonna fine? I hope you're right. And they're wrong. The whole like she just puts it out to him the whole movie. So she is like as much as people say like, oh, sci-fi and action movies, blah blah blah, they're so male centric. This movie is not. This movie makes like no, it's Ripley who is the badass. Like from the beginning to the end.
Totally, yeah.
And then it wasn't until Terminator 2 when James Cameron did that movie that he made Linda Hamilton into even more of a badass in that, Sarah Connor. And then like she had spent years on a psych ward and was just like had like lived down in Mexico with a bunch of warlords, just how to learn how to like stash guns and shit, like
all buff.
Yeah, just working out in the fucking psych ward. His
little pit bull.
Yeah. Oh, and I love that. That's actually those two movies I want to do, but we can do Alien 3, but I want you to watch these, but I also want you to watch Prometheus, because one of my next big reviews that I want to do is one that I don't like, because all of my reviews so far have been movies I like.
Prometheus, is that like the newest one, or?
No, that's that came out probably 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That's the one. That's when Ridley Scott came back, and it's like a prequel they tell the story of the space jockey. You know that big alien that's in Alien that's in the chair.
Yeah.
That has that cool like elephant nose thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did they call those things again?
Space jockey.
Space jockey? Is that what they were?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I think that's what well they call it something else in Prometheus, the engineers, but I don't. Engineers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I knew it as.
I don't like that.
Oh yeah.
That timeline. There was so many great comics that came off of this movie and stuff, that like comic books that have such great lore on like what happens after, and they actually like explain the space jockeys as way better than Prometheus did. But it's kind of the same thing as they did with Star Wars. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do more movies, but all that extra lore that all you people love, that it's been written on for years, no, that doesn't fucking matter. We're gonna tell you our own story, but we're gonna take parts of it and then turn it around and make it fucking worse.
Yeah.
Like that, I hate when they do when movies, they're like, yeah, we're gonna like bring back this guys, but we're gonna absolutely forget all this amazing lore that has been done in other media. Because like they always forget like the books and the comic books and the video games, like the great lore that gets made with these. But like these kind of franchises. But no, none of that matters. No.
That doesn't matter. Yeah.
That's why Alien versus Predator happened, and that is one of the worst. I don't like that movie either.
Where did you say all of these are streaming?
On Disney.
On Disney, okay.
Like every Alien and every Predator movie. Oh, yeah, it's all there.
Oh yeah, okay. So now I got two reasons to subscribe for a month.
Right? You might set up a different email so you can get that like $1.99 for 3 months and then just cancel right after, because they always have deals. If you look for Disney, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like $1.99 for the first 3 months.
Oh, nice.
All you gotta do is set up a different email that's just like my Disney email.
Cool. I'll have to check that
out. But yeah, this has been like my talk about. I guess we're almost at an hour and 20 minutes. So
is that how long it's been?
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly just love this movie from beginning to end. I could watch it anytime.
Me too.
Like anytime somebody puts this movie on, if it's on in the background, I will absolutely watch it. I put it on to sleep fucking probably like 10 times out of a month.
Oh yeah.
Because I just love the character interaction and all of it. And like it reminds me of what fucking sci-fi movies should have been. Not all this glassy, super CGI shit. No, when they actually did like in this movie too, they had great models. Like a lot of that's like fucking like miniatures and models that they did, and you can't even tell. But like a lot of it's just like miniatures and stuff that they actually built and like had drop in, like the drop ship when they drop down. That's a full miniature, but it looked like and the whole scene around it with the whole. The base when they drop in, like that's all a miniature.
Oh, it looks great. It looks great.
Right, but it looks like a full ship dropping in. Like you couldn't distinguish. I still can't distinguish. And I've been and I just recently actually watched it on my like 4K TV with a 4K rip, and I was like, oh, this movie still looks great.
Oh yeah,
but like
looks good. It looked great. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when it were like, because I watched it on VHS my whole life as a kid, so like some things were blurry. But I watched it from like 5 years old until fucking now. I still have the VHS somewhere.
Wow.
In my collection. Yeah.
Be kind. Rewind.
Exactly. So I actually have like a little TV section that's just set up for all my VHS watching whenever I get nostalgic. We have like 90s movie nights, me and the wife. We pick a couple of VHSs, sit there with popcorn and pizza, shut ourselves out from like we put our phones out. Like, nope, there's no phones. It's just just watching a movie together.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a good way to do her.
Right?
Smart man.
I try. So I can be dumb in a lot of other ways.
So I should watch Prometheus next?
If you can, yes. Because I would like to talk about that one because I don't like it. But there's things I like about it, but I don't like it.
Okay, well,
there's a lot of great acting, a lot of great like it's a well-made movie.
Uh-huh. I know
but
I watched it. I know I watched it.
Yeah.
I just don't remember if I liked it or if I didn't like it. Might have been one of those kind of movies too.
There's going to be and if you don't really connect, because it only slightly connects itself to Alien, like throughout the movie. Like it's set like 30, 40 years before the events of the first Alien.
Mm-hmm.
And it slightly connects itself, but also everything is too shiny. Like they have like holographic shit that they're like, and then you see the technology in Alien and Aliens, and it's like CTVs, fucking, like it's not this like holographic shit with fucking like technology, but yeah, so there's a bit of a disconnect between like the reality they created, and then they went back 30 years, and it looks more like it should be 200 years past then.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some of that, but they've went and described like, oh well, it's because these are literally the richest people in the world that are manning this ship, that are sending them out. So this is like the top technology in everything. This is Elon going out.
Yeah. This is,
and that's kind of who Wayland. Actually, you should watch it because they get into, because it's based on the actual Wayland from Weyland-Yutani, the company that they all work for.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's like the founder Wayland, and he's very much an Elon. Like, I want to live forever, and like there's a way to, and blah blah blah, and then it cuts to him being really old, and he's created like artificial. He creates robots like the androids that we all know in the Alien franchise.
There you go.
He's the one that creates that artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah.
The milky condom-filled things.
Why didn't you tell me there was going to be a synthetic on this ship?
Right? Oh, that's another scene that I love with Hudson. Like that whole bridge scene, like the chow time. That's a great scene. But when they're like, yeah, hey, Bishop, come over here, do the thing with the knife, man, do the thing with the knife. And then they grab his hand. He's like, no, not me, man. It's not supposed to be me, man. And they just fucking start doing that. And he's,
At that point in the movie, you don't know that he's a android or whatever either.
No. Then he nicks himself. It's right after that he nicks himself. And then he has the milk come down, and he sucks it. And he's like, oh, you never missed, Bishop. Oh, yeah, I guess I did.
That's when she sees.
She sees his blood coming. That's where it cuts right into that line. You never said there was an android on here. Why not?
She's pissed right fucking off, yeah.
Right? Because Kane went fucking insane in the first movie.
And then he tells her how he can't do that because he's...
Yeah, he's programmed not to. I cannot harm any real life. Any real life form. I prefer the term artificial intelligence myself. Or artificial life form.
Something like that,
yeah. I prefer the term artificial life form myself.
He played.
He's another great actor.
He played the part great.
Yeah.
Just the way he held his face and held,
Yeah. He was he's actually a really good friend of James Cameron, and he was actually supposed to be the Terminator.
Oh,
that actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the Terminator originally in the script was supposed to be somebody that could infiltrate and like look like a regular person. You know, that could be like, oh yeah, they could show up and not be like this 7-foot fucking Austrian fucking bodybuilder. You know,
bodybuilder. Yeah,
they thought, they thought it was like so originally. But then Arnold was like, I want this role, and he started talking about how like the Terminator, like I guess Arnold actually auditioned for the role of Kyle Reese to be like the good guy in that movie.
Kyle Reese, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, but the Terminator, it should look or like it should move its head and then move its eyes like a computer would, you know, like a security camera would. You know, like it would move the head and then the eyes would move to follow, and then James Cameron was like, well, do you want to be the Terminator? And then it got turned out that Skynet, they created what they thought would be like the ultimate man, like ultimate human, and that's what they based it off. Not like really an infiltration unit, but it made more sense if you look back in the story. It's like, oh yeah, if it looked like that guy, who he was also in Terminator, he was like a cop in that movie. Lance Hendrickson, that's his name. Lance Hendrickson.
He was a
great actor, and he is the only other person to be tied with Bill Paxton Hudson to get killed by all three, the Alien, Terminator, and Predator.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of people say, oh, well, he was an android, and he still kind of survived in this movie because he got torn in half, but he got saved because Ripley put him in the pod. Mm-hmm. And then you watch the next movie and you'll see. Anyways, but I still think he's dead. I think he gets murdered by that fucking alien when it rips him in half.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Well, the scene where he just finished saving the kid and she crawls out and she gets over to them. He seems like he's out of it at that point. Like that was the end. Yeah. He's like not moving at all. She grabs the kid away from him and he's just like, seems like he's dead.
Like it seems like the robot's gone.
Yeah. It seems like he was shut down at that point.
And that's what I based it off. She put him in a pod just to see maybe somebody could reconnect him if they get somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like because at the end you see that she puts him in a pod. Mm-hmm. But he's in two halves. You can literally see both halves of him like sitting in
both halves. So
yeah. Yeah.
I did catch that she had put him in a pod though.
Yeah. And and then he gets killed. He got killed by the Terminator in the first Terminator, and then in Alien versus Predator, he also plays the original Wayland in that movie. That's not canonical, but is I don't know.
I don't remember any of the Alien versus Predator movies jumping out at me as being like a great movie.
They're not. The second one is a lot better for the gore and the fucking, because it's set like aliens and predators in a small town.
Oh yeah.
On Earth, so it's very gory but for some fucking reason they filmed it so dark you can't see a fucking thing.
Oh,
like you have to like literally put your brightness up the top to see goddamn anything in that movie.
Oh yeah,
like it's that bad. Like, and they've never color corrected it. Like they've never went back, because when you actually can see it, because when you do put up the fucking all of the fucking gore and all the shit, it looks great. Like it's actually amazing work that these guys did. Like the special effects crew did, but it all got overshadowed by this dark fucking filter over the whole fucking movie for no reason.
I hate that.
Yeah. So this is, in my point, Aliens is the highlight of this is the peak of the franchise. And there's one movie that gets close, and that's Alien Romulus, but it also does a little bit too much callbacks in stupid ways.
That one's in the box, right?
No,
Romulus?
it's not.
Oh,
Romulus. It just came out like 2 years ago.
Oh,
you have Resurrection.
Resurrection. That it is. Oh yeah.
That's a fun movie, but it is fucking dumb. But it's fun.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a weird comedy version. Ron Perlman is in it.
Remember that one? Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't know. It's just like a weird take. It's kind of like an action-y movie, but like also like a dark comedy. But like I don't know. It's definitely a weird take on aliens, and I didn't hate it. I would love to talk about that one too. Alien 3 I want to save because there's a lot to talk about that movie.
Yeah, okay, well I'll save it and I'll look into
Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
I'll look into Disney here and
yeah, if you can get that going, I would say Prometheus and then Alien Covenant and then actually Romulus, because Romulus is in between Alien and Aliens is when it's set.
Okay. That's 57 years or something.
Yeah. Like in between that 57 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing about Ripley that is like you'll see, but like she goes to sleep, like, and she lives her life until she's like 30 or 35 in the first movie. Deals with this fucking alien, goes to sleep, wakes up, lives a normal life for the 2-3 weeks on a spaceship, space station, learns her whole fucking family line is dead. And just like works on a space station and like and then gets dragged back into these fucking things. It's a whole nother nightmare. She literally punches one in the fucking face with a loader, like a full-on fisticuffs with an alien, puts it to sleep, puts it out the airlock, and then she goes to sleep. And then Alien 3 happens, and it's so depressing. That's all I can say.
The special effects of the forklift battle were great too.
Oh yeah, and you know how they did that? That was literally like a 6'8" man behind her in that machine, and like she had some controls that would actually like twist the stuff, but he was the one that was underneath her feet and like lifting her up and walking. There was just like a bigger man like behind in like a hardcore fucking suit that was also animatronic driven.
Oh yeah.
So and they had to be perfectly choreographed to like make it work.
Oh, they did a great job. The one thing that was a little weak was they would show the forklift's the feet, stomping, and that I don't know that part looked a little weak to me.
Well, and that's when they pointed it out on it. I went, oh, that's what you mean. That's when you see that it's a guy underneath her feet, and that's what's actually walking it.
Oh yeah,
like that stomping is actually just somebody underneath walking these big blocks.
It just seemed to me that those feet were like they needed some rubber on the bottom of them or something.
Yeah,
they looked slippery. They didn't look like they would grip well, but maybe they had magnets or something.
Well, and then they didn't really grip all that well once the alien grabbed onto it down the airlock. Mm-hmm. Well, and the whole airlock scene, I have to, and we're going to talk about this airlock scene and another one in Alien Resurrection down the line, because, like, I don't know much about science, right? I really don't. Mm-hmm. But when an airlock that big is open, mm-hmm. I don't think Ripley's arm would just be ripped right off. There's no way she could have held that fucking alien for 10 seconds while like the Queen was hanging onto her foot. No. Her whole bottom half would have been ripped off, and then all the oxygen out of her body would be gone, and she was it blew up. Because she was in the middle of the airlock, right?
That was part of the movie I thought about too, actually.
Yeah.
Now that you bring it up,
like that's one that I would say like it's not bad because it works in the context of the movie, and you suspend your disbelief. You go, oh yeah, whatever. Like it's a movie, and that's the best way that they're gonna end it, and cool. Like I don't mind that.
They did it
but
well.
Just when you sit back, you go, huh. And it's just like all of them smoking in the first Alien.
Well, even in the second one. But
yeah, right? Yeah, Ripley sitting there on the space station smoking.
Yeah, there's a couple of people. I noticed it.
Apom, he's smoking his cigars the whole time.
Cigars. Somebody else was smoking a cigarette too. There was one scene where it's like this huge ash hanging off of it.
Yeah, I think that's Ripley when she's sitting there when she gets the call.
Her too. There's another scene where there's one of them that's got a big ash hanging on a cigarette too. But I can't remember. I can't remember which guy it was. I noticed that today though.
Right, and it's back when smoking was more casual in movies.
Oh fuck yeah! You could smoke on the bus. We had a smoking room in my high school, for fuck's sakes.
Right?
I'm not joking.
No.
Like in between class, we'd all boot for the fucking smoking room.
Right?
Yeah, it was a little different world, and that would have been right around 86.
Right? Right around when this came out.
Yeah, totally. It would have been. It would have been like 85 or 86.
Yeah, I wish I was born when in the hype when this movie came out, because God, I love it.
25 pack of cigarettes was $2.75.
Yeah, you can shut your goddamn mouth now. Fucking $20.70.
Fuck, no kidding. First pack I bought, was like $2.75, but I think within months it climbed up to $5.
And that's when you heard people like, "Oh, once it gets to $7, I'm not smoking anymore."
A lot of people were quitting at $5, but I just caught the tail end of that, like really cheap cigarettes.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Yeah. No. Fuck.
I wonder how my battery's doing on my phone.
I know, right? I'm like, oh, it's getting there slightly.
Can't see it.
Yeah, I love this movie. I don't know much else to say other than because there's so much good to talk about it. I mean, like from beginning to end, it's one of the best science fiction movies ever made.
Yeah,
like they really drive you.
I agree.
Yeah, and I love sci-fi. Like that's this movie has like made my love for sci-fi. And it's a hard one to hold up. Like this is what I hold up to any sci-fi I watch. Like, does it match Aliens? Does it have a good feel to it? Yeah. Like this movie? Do I feel like I believe the world that I'm watching? Like Aliens?
I don't know if there's many movies that can pull that off.
No, there's really not, man.
Because that movie is great.
It's one of the most believable worlds that, like, as a sci-fi world that I've like. It's just an evil corporation trying to figure out some nefarious shit to do with these fucking aliens, and this one corporate guy that's just trying to get his cut. And that's one of my favorite lines in the movie too. It's like, I don't know who's worse, fucking Burke. You or the aliens. At least they're not trying to fuck each other over for a goddamn percentage.
Yeah. That's a good line. Yep.
Oh. Right, and then right that scene when all the fucking all the soldiers realized that Burke sold them all out. Right before the aliens power, they literally Hudson just grabs her and he goes, "Sorry, buddy," and just throws him on the chair and he goes to light him up like he's fucking a second away from lighting him up on the chair and just murdering him right there. Because they just go like, "Let's ice this motherfucker," because he was gonna sabotage all their fucking
pods,
and like they were all just gonna die, and they all went, "Yeah, fuck this guy." Like, sorry, but you're dead, motherfucker. And he throws him down, and he was just gonna light him up on that chair. If the aliens didn't cut the power at that moment, he was gonna get his ass lit up. That's just one of those like little things you don't really like think about, but until after you're like, oh yeah, They were gonna just murder him. And even Ripley was like, no, we have to take him. Yeah. Like we have to take him back so we can fucking nail his ass to the wall.
Yeah.
For this shit.
Then the power goes out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then all hell breaks loose. And I think Hudson has the best. Actually, no. I think Hudson and Vasquez have the best deaths in the whole movie. Because Hudson is there and he's just shooting at them. Yeah, you want some, motherfucker? Yeah, you do. Like he's just going fucking anal, like just fucking nuts. He's like
unloading.
Hudson. Yeah, just unloading on them. And then they grab him from underneath. And he still is unloading underneath them. Like, oh, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then Hicks, and he's like, Hicks, and then he just gets dragged down. It's like, and then another alien jumps over, and Hicks just fucking blasts that one. Like, it's some of the best action scenes ever. And then Vasquez's death is one of my favorite too, just because it's her fucking and Gorman stuck in the fucking vent, because she is just fucking gunning them down. She's the last one in the group that just can't stop shooting them, pretty much, and can't just run. And she just keeps gunning them down, and then fucking she runs out of bullets, and then she gets blasted with acid all over her. So she's burning down, and she has her handgun, and she's taking them out as much as she can. And Gorman's like, oh, fuck, I'll go get her. And Hicks is like, go, hurry. And he runs down. And then he goes to grab her, and then he realizes, oh, fuck, there's alien, like, they're all over us right now. And then he just pulls out that fucking grenade and flicks it. And she goes, you always were an asshole, Gorman. And they look at each other like, yeah. And then they just both press the fucking button and kill themselves. Like, that's, I don't know, that's like an epic ass fucking death in a movie. Just, you always were an asshole. Oh!
It's like it's expected to go out that way in a way.
Right? Oh, absolutely. And I thought Vasquez was going to die in a fucking blaze of glory. Like, she was that character. And totally. Gorman was such a piece of shit the whole time because he was so out of his element. He was not a fucking he wasn't a combat fucking lieutenant. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. And then he gets knocked out for half the movie.
Yeah, that's right. Bonk on the head.
And that's why Hicks takes over. And they're like, well, he's just a corporal. He's just a grunt. He can't make those fucking decisions. He's like, no, we're going up. We're going to nuke it from fucking orbit. Right? Just to be safe.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess that's pretty much it, because I have nothing but good to say about this movie. And I can go for another 2 hours, but I don't think my phone can. Or any of my recording devices.
Mine's probably just about dead. Me neither. From start to finish, that's a great movie. I would suggest anybody to rewatch or watch that movie. I was trying to get Caitlin to watch it with me, but it didn't work. But
no,
but I think she would enjoy that movie because she enjoys that sort of stuff. But
the youth needs to watch like where all this sci-fi and like we're like not even tropes, but like a lot of the even cliches, I guess, and tropes that come from science fiction movies nowadays come from this movie, and they do it honestly. You know, like it's not like how like a bunch of soldiers get sent in and they all get fucked up, and then it's down to like one or two of them. Like that whole story, that kind of comes from this. That's happened in so many sci-fi movies. Or
movie.
Like, yeah,
everybody needs to see that movie.
Everybody. It's even if you're not into the whole genre much, it's still an enjoyable movie.
It's funny when you go back. Well, for me, I'm like whatever 10 or 20 or 40 years older than you, but I remember watching that movie. Like in the theater, and I remember being like, that movie was great, but then never really revisiting it until like literally kind of now.
Like these last couple weeks,
and you don't realize, how fucking great of a movie
it was, and how much it affected.
I watched it as a kid or a teenager or whatever, right?
Yeah,
and so I'm glad you asked me to do this, because I've been brought back to,
A lot of
realization
great
of
memories, I bet.
well, not so much that, but realization of what a fucking great movie that is.
Right?
Like that movie
It was a landmark movie.
deserves to be on the top of my up on the top list of my favorite movies of all time. But I had forgotten that because it was so fucking long ago, and I watched it as a kid. Took it for granted.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. For years, I just thought people knew what Aliens was. And they're like, oh, you're talking about like alien movies? I was like, no, like Aliens. They're like, yeah, like Aliens. Like, oh, the great guys. I'm like, no, like Aliens, the movie. They're like, because I was a kid that was into older movies at my age. Like, they were only 10 years old when I was like 6. Like I got into this movie when I was about 6. So yeah, 86, like 96.
Oh yeah.
And I was watching it at a young age, but I just thought everybody knew like what this movie was. And I took it for granted too, because I was just like, oh, but I've only found a few other sci-fi things. Predator is one. Mm-hmm. And I would love to do a review with you of the original Predator.
Mm-hmm. I loved that movie. I remember loving that movie, and I've watched that movie a few times. Like I have some memories of that movie right now.
Yeah,
like I've watched it a few times. So
yeah, that's another good one, because these two movies are what I watched pretty much back to back. Predator and Aliens. Mm-hmm. Just back to back, like my whole youth. From like 6 to 10, I would watch them back to back every weekend, like just those movies for like fucking 12 hours. Mm-hmm. It was obsessive, but it made me realize that I love film.
Sounds like me and the Blues Brothers,
right?
Fuck, man!
Sometimes
I've watched that movie. I bet you I've watched that movie 50 times, maybe more.
Absolutely. I don't want to tell you how many times I've watched Aliens. It's probably in the thousands. I'm not even kidding. Mm. But I was also like fairly antisocial as a kid. Who would have guessed? I didn't talk much. That's weird. When I was a kid, I was pretty quiet, and I just watched movies, and I was kind of raised by like the TV generation. I was definitely that kid. It's like, who needs a babysitter when there's a fucking TV right here?
Oh, like I said, I just want to thank you for getting me to watch that movie, because
absolutely
great fucking movie.
I'm so happy. That's why I wanted to do a review of this movie, is to get people thinking about it again and watching it again and going, oh yeah, this is a really good fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it holds up great on new. Like, it doesn't look shittier when you watch it on like high def or anything. It looks better.
Yeah, well, my TV is pretty normal, but I watched it on my PS5, and it's fucking great. I mean, I don't have that special of a TV. It's not like
no, but still, like, it's better than an old VHS tape that I fucking was hooked on, and like that's what I remembered everything looking like, was that little bit of blurry fucking CRT, that little glow that it had.
Mm-hmm. The grains once in a while.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah.
I gotta stretch. I need to stretch. See what my battery says. Oh yeah, she's almost dead. Holy crap.
All right. Well, then we can call it. But you gonna be gaming at all, or are you going to bed there, Mort?
I don't know, what time is it? Yeah, no, I'll probably run a COD or two.
All right, I'll see you there.
Sounds good.
But this has been the Jimmy Jam invasion of the Madman Show, and just a new segment that I'm trying to get going of a review, a kind of a collab review channel with Mort, because he's the man. The Madman is the man, and he got me into this.
How many subs are you up to now?
44.
So you're almost there. Good.
6 away, goddammit. And then I can start filming my own.
Yeah, nice.
But I'm still going to do collabs.
Yeah, well, no,
I'll do them on my channel.
I'm totally down. You can do them on both channels. I don't really care. Don't hang up. Let me try to boot you. I'm trying something here. I want to see if it works.
Sounds good, brother.
So if we're done, we're done. Are we done?
I think we're done. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Thanks, dude. That was fun.
Fucking A.
There. I think that worked. Did that work? I think that worked. That worked. I think that worked. All right. I think that worked.